Chapter 51. Let's see how you're going to explain this. Translator, Sky Pharaoh. Editor, Sky Pharaoh. Fang Yuan didn't come to class today. Look, guys, his seat is empty. He's so bold. Today's lesson is taught by the Academy Elder, yet he dared to not show up. This is bad. The Elder's expression is ugly. It seems that Fang Yuan is in trouble. In the Academy, the youngsters discussed softly. A few glanced towards Fang Yuan's empty seat, as well as the Academy Elder's darkening expression. Ever since he started the extortion, Fang Yuan stood against everyone in the class. Seeing him in trouble, all the students were excited for what was to come. The Academy Elder's expression was stiff as he explained the crux of nurturing the aperture, while secretly staring at Fang Yuan's seat. He laughed coldly in his heart. Fang Yuan, oh, Fang Yuan. I was still worried about not being able to catch your weak point yesterday, and here you give it to me today. You are, after all, a 15-year-old teenager. I have overestimated you. His ugly expression was mostly fake. His motive was to use this opportunity to find trouble with Fang Yuan and punish him, eliminating his increasing dominance in class. Undeniably, as time passed, Fang Yuan's dominating presence was getting stronger, causing the other students to be barely catching their breaths. A one-sided dominance was not what the Academy Elder wanted to see. He wanted to see the entire class shining. Men! The Academy Elder raised a finger and knocked lightly on the table. Elder, your subjects are here. The two guards standing outside of the door entered. The Academy Elder snorted in public. This Fang Yuan is getting out of hand, being so lazy and skipping classes right under my nose. Go to the hostel and bring him here for me. Yes, Elder. The guards went on their way. Seeing the guards disappear outside the door, the academy burst into discussion noises. Numerous students joined in the conversation. Fang Yuan is in deep shit now, someone said with his eyes shining brightly. Hey, we have a show to watch later. Another laughed in pleasure towards Fang Yuan's misery. Big brother, you are too arrogant. This is challenging the Elder's authority. No matter what punishment it is, you had it coming. Guyue Fangzheng looked at the empty seat, sighing internally. Bam, bam, bam. The Academy Elder, with a strict expression, slammed the desk thrice. Silence, no talking in class. His aura at this moment was like a volcano about to erupt, causing fear in others. Immediately, the academy fell into pin-drop silence. The students fearfully shut up, quickly getting into position. Except, although their expression was so, their thoughts were already deep into this matter. The class continued, the youngsters not concentrating at all. A few students by the window looked out constantly. As time passed, after a while, footsteps could be heard at the door. Instantly, the students' ears twitched, tens of eyes showing bright expressions. Arriving! The Academy Elder heard the footsteps too and narrowed his eyes as a result. He had already thought of how to deal with Fang Yuan. He'll punish him to stand outside for 3 hours. Although the punishment was not heavy, it was enough for him to be humiliated. Throughout lessons, students entering and leaving would see Fang Yuan standing there. This way it would ruin Fang Yuan's image of invincibility. When the students realized that Fang Yuan was nothing special, the impact he has on them would be greatly reduced. This would result in them gaining courage and stir their competitive spirit. The great part was, since Fang Yuan's punishment came from the academy, this would improve the academy's reputation. Only with reverence will they obey. Thus, while the method is simple, it has deep intentions underneath. The footsteps got closer, and finally someone stood outside the door. Knock, knock, knock. Knocking sounds could be heard. Hey, I will open it. The student near the door volunteered and enthusiastically went to open the door. The academy quietened down, numerous eyes staring at the door. Crack. The door was easily opened by the student, exposing a gap. Sunlight infiltrated from the gap. The student opening the door suddenly froze, shuddering suddenly. Ah! He was stunned for a second before suddenly screaming, subconsciously taking a large step backwards. His body knocked onto the desk and he instantly lost his balance, falling with the table onto the ground. The boy's face was pale, his expression horrified, limbs trembling, and unable to exert strength. Lying on the floor, he frantically tried to get up, but fell back down again and again. "What's wrong?" In a moment, everyone was astonished, all of them frowning deeply. Numerous gazes curiously looked towards the door. The door was slowly pushed open by the person outside. The academy elder stopped his lecture out of reflex. What everyone saw first was a hand on the door. A teenager's left hand. A left hand with dripping blood. A bloody hand! Seeing this bloody hand, many of the female students covered their mouths and screamed in terror. The door slowly opened fully. The brightness of the sunlight pricked everyone's eyes, causing them to squint. With the bright sunlight as his background, a dark shadow attached to a thin teenager appeared before everyone. He didn't know why, but the academy elder felt a strong feeling of unease in his heart. "It's Fang Yuan!" Someone screamed out loudly. Everyone who had gotten used to the sunlight could clearly see who the person was. What met their eyes was Fang Yuan, bathed in blood, standing outside the door as if he had gone through an intense battle. His left hand slowly retracted, his right hand grabbing onto some hair, dragging along a person. The person's left arm was entirely detached from the base. He was lying there motionless, evidently unconscious. Blood on his left shoulder gushed out. "It's one of the guards who went to look for Fang Yuan." Someone recognized the person's identity. What exactly happened? Someone was going berserk. "He murdered again. This time he killed the guards." Someone pointed at Fang Yuan, screaming in horror, getting louder and louder, as if it would purge the terror and fear in his heart. At once the academy was rowdy. Many students forgot the rules at this time and stood up from their seats. They looked towards Fang Yuan with fear, shock, and nervous expressions. In their imaginations, Fang Yuan would be dragged here by the guards left and right. But the truth was, Fang Yuan bathed in blood, his expression cool like a devil approaching. The two guards, one missing while the other lying motionless, blood oozing from his body, quickly forming a puddle. A thick scent of blood permeated the academy. The academy elder was stunned. He did not anticipate such a scene. After his shock came intense rage. The two guards were merely external martial artists. So what if they died? The academy elder did not really care. But the crucial point was their identity. They were the academy's guards, representing the academy's prestige, representing the academy elder's face. This Fang Yuan was simply too bold. Not only did he kill Gao Wan, now he even went and murdered the academy's guards. No, this isn't just being bold. He was practically provoking, challenging the clan academy's prestige. The academy elder flew into a rage, pointing at Fang Yuan, screaming, "Fang Yuan, what is this? You have to give me an explanation, a good reason to spare you. If not, with the crime of murdering the guards, you will be thrown in jail, awaiting the clan verdict." The students all shuddered. Even the windows trembled, the entire academy reverberating with the academy elder's screams. Only Fang Yuan was calm-looking. His eyes dyed a deep miasma, behaving like usual, unable to see any change in his emotions. After looking around, Fang Yuan let go of his right arm, and with a plop, the guard's head fell into the puddle of blood, splashing onto Fang Yuan's pants. He cupped his fist towards the academy elder, his calm voice echoing throughout the silent academy. "Academy elder, I truly have something to report. Speak." The academy elder spoke up with both arms behind his back, arching his head as he looked at Fang Yuan, his expression ice cold. Laughing coldly in his heart, he thought, "Fang Yuan, you're making more and more mistakes, increasing the severity. I'll see how you're going to explain yourself."